I didn't see you there. So during the coronavirus scare and shelter in place, I've been spending a lot of time in the backyard, basically at the bird feeder and feeding some squirrels. And I thought this might be a good opportunity to share with you a little bit about some of the things I do to invite wildlife into my backyard. If you have kids, this may be something that they'd be interested too. It's a good project to do while you're around the house, and it's free. If you have an iPhone or a smartphone, you're halfway there. Wildlife in your backyard can be pretty simple to find. You just have to be kind of creative and willing to kind of go a little out of your way to invite it. That said, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take these here raw peanuts and put it on top of this fence post. What I'm doing is basically training the squirrels to kind of be friendly to me. So here we go. So the squirrels eventually get to know me a little better, and they become a little more, like I said, friendly. They show up a lot more often. It's kind of neat, and you can get some pretty cool, intense photographs of them eating peanuts. Now look, I know it's not a panther, it's not a gopher tortoise, it's not anything really exciting, but look, this is coronavirus time. Got to be thinking out of the box here. So how do you invite wildlife into your backyard? Well, there's a few ways to do it. And again, if your kids are interested and you're interested in something to do around the house and you have young kids, this might be something for you to do. Again, just a smartphone, anything really simple to record video, still shots. And there's actually an app I'll share with you that you can use to actually automatically take pictures from afar. It's kind of like a trail cam. Anyway, you'll notice this bird feeder. This bird feeder was built for me by my dad, and it's squirrel proof. There's nothing within a 10-foot radius that will allow a squirrel to jump on it. But also, it's got something at the bottom that really prevents them from getting on top of the feeder and robbing all this wonderful bird food. And that is, it's basically a stove, a fireplace type of pipe that you've seen on most houses that have a stove or something, a wood burning stove. And this is the same type of thing that moves all the smoke out of the house. Well, if you cut it and connect it to the bottom of the feeder and have a pole that runs up the center, it's squirrel proof. It's fun to watch animals and watch their behaviors, and you never know, maybe one of your kids might grow up to be a scientist or somebody who learns about the behavior of animals, or humans for that matter. Now you notice this yard has a lot of vegetation. The vegetation is important because it draws animals into this backyard. If you don't have a lot of vegetation, you may have a squirrel or something walking through your yard, but they're not going to hang out. They're going to go to places that they can forage, that they can find shelter, kind of like us during this coronavirus thing. And so I plant a lot of plants that are flowering plants. I have a garden, and animals are free to pick and choose whatever they would like out of the garden. I'm happy to basically split a lot of my tomatoes and things like that with the animals because I'm just a really nice guy. The kale, the collards, tomatoes, eggplant, it all is important, not only for me, but the animals. You notice there's a lot of flowers, so birds are drawn to this backyard. This is a bougainvillea. It's a beautiful plant. Here's something called a sea grape, which is something that's found on the coast in Florida. This is in the middle of central Florida, but it grows well here. Climate change, I suppose, that might be one benefit. There's a lot to do in your backyard. It's just a matter of kind of setting up for wildlife and expecting it to happen. There's a little patience involved, but you don't have to hike to get there. Normally I have a big backpack on my back. I'm carrying equipment. I've got bear spray. There's not going to be a bear in this backyard probably for another 100 years, you know, until we're gone. I would probably go nuts if I didn't have a little nature around me all the time. So I hope you find this interesting. Please subscribe, like the video, enjoy the images that we're going to share with you here in a minute, and thanks for joining Wild Journeys at home, in your neighborhood, during the coronavirus pandemic and sheltering in place, period. Bye-bye.